So here's a quick overview of our trip to Africa. We flew into Johannesburg. From there, we took a plane over to Windhoek. From Windhoek, we took a small private plane up to Kampala. We spent about 3 days there. Then we went over to the coast, right on the border of Angola. And then from there, we went down to Skeleton Coast, and that was really amazing. We spent about 3 days in the Skeleton Coast. And then we went down to Swakopmund. And from Swakopmund, we spent about 3 days of resting, but we went down to Walvis Bay where I kite surfed and foiled, and then down to Sandwich Bay. After that, we went to the Susave Lodge, which is Ambient. We spent 3 days there and had a great time, and then went up to Botswana to Tuba Tree.
Day 13, Swakopmund to Susave.
Soufflé. Soufflé.
Soufflé.
Soufflé. Soufflé.
Soufflé.
Soufflé.
So there you go. We got in the plane. You got an overview of what we've done and where we're going. And no words could describe the topography of Namibia. However, a video can do a lot for that. And you can see here by the video I took looking out the window of the plane of the diversity of the topography and geology of this amazing country. Every time you turn around, it's changing. And we have been so lucky and so fortunate to be able to see this country from the air like most people would never be able to see this country. It's just very unusual, the opportunities we've had. So after about an hour and a half flight, we finally started getting into Soufflé. I can't even say it. It's such a hard name to say. And this is an Ambient Lodge, very desolate. I mean, the one thing about Namibia is it's so remote. And this lodge is insane how remote it is. And yet it is the most luxurious and upscale place you could ever imagine. The gift store alone was literally one of the best gift stores I've ever been into. The quality of the products and clothing was crazy, crazy good. And when we got into the main lodge where we got our orientation, it just took your breath away. The architecture, the design, the setting, look where you are. You are literally, you might as well be on the moon. It is so far and vast and desolate, but yet so beautiful. And the furniture and the designs and everything they did in this lodge is just impeccable. Just done to the highest levels. I had to go around and just take video of everything the way it was laid out. It just, you never want to leave. The first thing I said to him, and we're only here for 3 days, is, can I get a month rate on this? I need a monthly rate because I don't ever want to leave. It was so beautiful, and the weather is so perfect. It can be very hot. Cindy got her wine, and then a little fly flew into it, and she was determined to get that little booger out of there. And indeed, Cindy always succeeds. She got her fly, and she drank her wine. We had a little bird that was so beautiful, and then we had an incredible meal. I can't even begin to tell you how good the food was. And then I looked out over this desert with all the changing colors and pinks and reds. I got my beautiful fruit platter and my latte. And then we went to our room, and this little butler door, they bring you coffee in the morning. And then I did a video of our room. Oh my gosh, it's like nothing you've ever seen before. I feel so lucky to be able to come to a place like this and spend 3 days here. It's just crazy. And the things we're going to do the next 3 days, the videos are going to be over the top. You're going to be blown away. Just the wet bar here, and everything's included. Look at all this, the coffee makers, the alcohol. Of course, I don't drink any of the alcohol, and they're going to bring me coffee in the morning, so I'm not going to use any of this, but it's still over the top. And Cindy found her vodka that was chilled and ready to go. And then I looked out from our patio off our pool, and I laid out in the sun, and I couldn't believe what I was looking at. And I jumped into the pool. It was freezing cold, and it was so fresh. And as I looked out, there was something moving. And look at this little antelope going across this desert scape. We saw ostriches, and then KK stopped in the middle of nowhere and gave us a beautiful briefing about Namibia, his home, and the tribes that he came from. And look at the vastness of this. It was one of the most peaceful, quiet, tranquilo briefings we've ever had. as the light breeze blew, and he told us about this beautiful country and area that we were in. And then he broke out a beautiful table as the sun was going down. We had drinks, and as the sun went down, the moon came up. It was crazy, once in a lifetime. And then we went back and we had dinner, 5-star, 10-star. And then I went up to the observatory with Bruce, and I looked at the telescope and saw the moon and the asteroids and the galaxies. And what a day we had. And Cindy got this amazing photograph of me walking with my guitar in this beautiful desert.